Yeah! What's good, everybody? It's Rob, aka Roboto, and I am here once again with a fantastic YouTube video. Today's topic is going to be the Madden 20 Madden Ultimate Team of the Year cards that came out. Now, you can go ahead and watch their stream and get the replay and see all the cards, or you can even check out my Twitter account. The account names are right here, third one down there. It's the Twitter, R0BATO. You can also follow me on Twitch. I'm going to go live probably later this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, most likely, and stream some of this new content, play with some of the new cards. But this video today, we're just going to break down the Team of the Year selections that they made. I have 10 cards that I'm really kind of impressed by, and I have 5 cards that I'm kind of disappointed by, whether that be their stats or, just their selection of the card overall. But before we get into that, I have a goal for everybody. Let's get a like goal. Let's go 15 likes. 15 likes on this video. Let's get 15 thumbs up, 15 likes, and then we can, I don't know, maybe go 20 next time, 25, 50, who knows. But without any further ado and rambling, let's just get right into it. I'm going to compare these cards to some of the cards on my team, and we can kind of get a sense of what we're going to expect going into this new stage of content that's going to be coming out that might kind of take over some people's teams for a little while. So I'm going to be down here in the corner for a little bit, but I probably won't be here for long, just so you guys can see the ratings and the cards better. I will kind of vanish and disappear, but it's just for your entertainment purposes, of course. But if you want to see more from me, if you want to debate me, if you want to discuss some of these cards and some of the stuff I brought up about the cards, by all means, again, hit me up in the comments, or you can follow me on Twitch and we can have a nice little chat. But let's just get right into it. I'm going to hide myself here, so that way we can kind of go into these cards a little bit more. So let's pop it up here, all right? First one up for me, and these aren't going to go in specific order, 9 and 10 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 8 and 9 and 7 can all be transferable to me in my opinion, excuse me. But these are just the 10 I was kind of most impressed by. Now, DeAndre Hopkins, he's 10 for me, only for the simple fact that there are 2 other receivers who are pretty solid, Chris Godwin and Mecole Hardman. The other receiver, Michael Thomas, I'm going to get into that a little bit. Kind of disappointed by his card, but we'll explain that a little bit more. But here's how DeAndre stacks up to Randy Moss, a kind of card that a lot of people are rocking on their team, a card that could be a potential end game card if you want to keep him maybe even as a number 2, number 3 receiver later on down the line. But D-Hop, as far as like the speed, of course, he's not going to match with Moss. The jumping, he's probably not going to match with Moss, even though he is a comparable kind of leaper. Catching, though, those catching stats are pretty good. Catch and trap, expect catch, really good. Short route, medium route, deep route, all those compared to Moss. The only one that's kind of lacking is the deep route in comparison to Moss, but short and medium are pretty good. And his kids' catching stats overall, especially in that middle row, are pretty damn good. So I'm not going to be out actively searching for this card, but if I stumble upon him and he hits my team, I might have to go ahead and put him in the space of somebody like stack him up to a guy like Hester, because Hester does have that speed, but I can maybe just put Hester solely as a kick returner, punt returner, and keep D-Hop as a kind of possession receiver along with Torrey Holt, and kind of just maybe rely on not dropping any passes ever again, or guys just getting open all the time. So D-Hop will be an option if he's available for sure, but I'm not going to actively look for him. But if you're a Texans team or you're just in need of a good receiver, I think Hopkins is probably the best overall receiver in this new Team of the Year. Coming in at number 9 is Ryan Jensen. Now, did he deserve a card? Probably not, just because the Buccaneers are kind of garbage. Am I going to cry about it? No, not really. It's actually a pretty damn good card. Here's how he stacks up against Kevin Mawai. It's actually pretty comparable. He has Mawai in a couple of stats. Awareness, most notably. Pass block, finesse, he has him up. I have my Mawai up 1 with one of the chems. I forget which one it is. I think Zone Run maybe, or West Coast. But the bottom row there, run block power, run block finesse. Jensen's going to be better on a pass block. So really depending on what you do with your team, I think Jensen's going to be a good option. That 92 strength, 98 awareness though is great. I like the 98 awareness. on an offensive lineman, especially center. So I just think overall this is a good card, especially Buccaneers Dream Team. I'm not mad about it. Would I have liked it to be another center? Sure, but I mean, you know, we're just arguing centers here. George Kittle. Now he's a guy I recently came into accidentally. I kind of pulled his Redux card in a game changer pack. So I'll kind of show you how he looks. His old card here is a 93. Was the Mutt Heroes, I believe the card was. Yeah, it looks like a Mutt Hero there. This is how his old card looks. Now let's compare. Now that's a 93 Kittle. Let's compare how he looks to Travis Kelce. It was a recent playoff card that just came out that I also came into on a whim. In comparison to Kelce, I mean, you kind of got to give Kittle overall, especially that run block there at 87 over a 72. Spec catch, Kelce got him. Catching traffic, Kelce got him. Catching, Kelce got him. Short route, Kelce got him. And medium route, Kelce got him. But the speed, he has him by 1. Run block, like I said, has him by 15. I just think overall, I'm probably going to keep Kelce, but if I can upgrade my Kittle for cheap and get Kittle, Kelce as my 2 tight ends, I think that would be kind of insane. The second best wide receiver in this bunch, Mecole Hardman, who is listed as a specialist. Of course, he's going to be like your kick returner, punt returner, slot receiver. But for purposes of Mutt and what he might do for your team, he's probably going to be a speedster receiver for you. So let's comp him to Devin Hester here. Mecole has him on speed. Jumping, Hester has him a little bit, but the catching stats right there, and the route running stats, I mean, Mecole Hardman has Devin Hester, who is a highly sought after card, pretty smoked in all aspects here. So Mecole Hardman is actually a very, very good card. This card is kind of well balanced overall. It's not a bad receiver at all to where I was kind of skeptical about Hester when he first was announced. I was like, this is not going to be a good wide receiver card. Mecole Hardman looks like a good receiver card, and in my opinion, he's the second best wide receiver available. Godwin third and Michael Thomas fourth, but like I said, we'll get into that later. Minka Fitzpatrick. Now he's somebody I was kind of looking for when his Team of the Week card came out, because that Team of the Week card was pretty damn good, and now here he is with a 96 Team of the Year card, and again, this card pretty damn good. Let's compare him to Sean Taylor, who's a card that I actually kind of love right now. He has my one of my superstar abilities, he has one of my abilities on my defense. He's up to a 97 for me, but I got Taylor up 95 Excel. Minka's base Excel is 96. Minka's base speed is 93. Pursuit is 91, a little bit lower. Play rec is high, a little bit higher than Sean Taylor, but that tackle's a little low. Man coverage is low for Sean Taylor in comparison to Minka, but Sean Taylor has him on the tackle, hit power. Minka has him on the man coverage, and pretty much that's it. Everything else is kind of pretty much the same. The play rec, Minka has them too. These cards are, to me, in my opinion, are pretty interchangeable. It just kind of depends on what you want to run. If you want to use Minka kind of more in coverage, or if you want to use Sean Taylor to kind of sit over top in the middle and kind of pick some stuff off, especially if you have zoned out and lurker on Sean Taylor, it could be a problem for a lot of offenses. But I like this Minka Fitzpatrick card. I think it's a great card. Again, it's not going to be a card I'm going to be in hot pursuit of, especially considering that I use my power pass on Sean Taylor. So I'm kind of in a position where if I get Minka Fitzpatrick, I'm not going to really get anything out of it. As far as like my power up pass, like sure I could use it on somebody else, but I'm not going to be replacing somebody for example like Antoine Bethea as my second DB free safety there. But I like the card. Jamal Adams comes in as the other safety, and one of the other cards that I really like for a couple reasons. Number one, it's a good card. It's a good safety. He's always been a good card. He's been pretty much a user favorite, I would say, this season, as I've seen people play and use him. He's an overall pretty damn good card. I'm going to compare him to my 91 Pat Tillman. I know I got to get my Tillman up. Tell me about it. I'm gonna keep Tillman and keep working on him, but this Jamal Adams card is so good. 92 speed, 91 excel, 92 tackle, 95 play rec, 95 pursuit, that man coverage, zone coverage, hit power, 98. I mean, this card's pretty awesome, and I would say that if you're looking for a sub linebacker, he might be the man that you want to put on your team. So he's a very good sub linebacker. He's going to be somebody that's going to be pretty solid overall. I mean, he's going to be pretty good in coverage. He's going to be good on the run. He's going to be good making big plays. I'm signing me up for Jamal Adams. If I get him, I might have to just sit Pat Tillman and let him simmer while I get more wins to get his token or his master passes and level him up more. But the Jamal Adams card is pretty damn sick. Coming up next, I think, is probably the best lineman in the Team of the Year promo. It's Zack Martin. Unfortunately, he's a damn Cowboy, but he might be getting thrown on this squad, especially in place of somebody like Marshall, who I've already been considering replacing, and I could use his 92 to complete a set, which you can get into later. All those sets are available on my Twitter account again. Right here in comparison to Yanda, obviously overall is 4 higher. What I'm looking at is that middle section there, and the bottom row is cool, but that middle, the pass block, I mean, 94 pass block, 95 pass block power, 93 pass block finesse, and then the run block, if you want to jump down one more row, run block power, 96, 94 run block finesse. This is a great card. This is probably the best offensive lineman in the game, I would assume. I would say somebody's probably going to correct me on that if you have in the comments, but it's a really good card. So sign me up for some Zack Martin, especially if I can get him as one of my options for one of the packs that they're coming out with. Tre'Davious White, somebody else who has a claim to the best at their position in the game right now at this point. Tre'Davious White, this cornerback card, I mean, come on, look at this thing, look at the stats. And let's compare him to Champ Bailey, another playoff legend, a playoff card that came out recently, along with a Kelsey, for example. Tre'Davious White, 90, same speed, better acceleration, a little lower agility, a little lower jumping, but 95 play rec, 96 press, 93 zone, 94 man. Tre'Davious White has a claim to, or is going to give Champ Bailey a challenge as the best cornerback in this game. I really like this Tre'Davious White card. If I come into him, I actually might replace Mel Blount with him. Just because I just like how this card looks. The stats overall are pretty sick. Yeah, it might be Tre'Davious White over Mel Blount, but we'll see. I mean, he's not going to be somebody, again, he's not a card I'm going to be a hot pursuit over. I have pretty good cornerbacks between Champ, Blount, Deion Sanders, and I'm going to probably come into Jason Sehorn before it's all said and done. So he might have a spot on my team, he might not. I like the size also I have on my guys, 6'3" Blount, 6 foot Bailey, and I believe Deion's also like 6'2" or 6 feet even, and then Mike Evans is 6'5", excuse me, so I have some height. Next up, probably I guess number 2 on my list here is Aaron Donald. 97 right end. He was this card that was teased on the TikTok, I guess, or whatever. But 93 overall, or 97 overall, Aaron Donald, excuse me. I'm going to compare him to the 95 Bruce Smith, who is a card I'm not in love with. I had Aaron Donald before. I gave up Aaron Donald. I kind of feel stupid for that. I believe I still have his power up. Let me check. I do. It's probably still going to be crazy expensive to get that card. And especially as Redux card. But in comparison to Bruce Smith, we got 84 speed, 91 excel, 98 strength, 90 tackle, 95 play rec, and then, oh my goodness, 94 finesse, 97 power, 96 block shed. Probably the best pass rusher, edge rusher in the game, whatever you want to rusher. Overall, he's probably the best defensive end edge rusher in the game. This card is sick. He is, of course, sick. Aaron Donald is probably going to be on a lot of teams that are going to do very well. Sign me up. I want an Aaron Donald in my life. Russell Wilson, Russell Hustle and Bustle. This basically means that Lamar Jackson is probably going to get the NFL Honors card, the MVP card, as we're all expecting him to win MVP. I'll compare Russell to my guy Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes. Russell has him on basically everything that's important for the most part. We're looking at 92 throw power, it's the same as Daniel Jones, but that throw accuracy for the deep ball is 95, 96 play action, 98 throw on the run. I mean, it's just a great card. He's probably going to be the best quarterback in the game now. Again, I'm going to still keep my Daniel Jones. He kind of stacks up pretty well with the Deshaun Watsons, and as you can see here, the Russell Wilsons, he's not too bad of a card. He's a little bit taller than Russ too, about 6 inches taller. So I'm going to keep my Danny Dimes, but if you get this Russell Wilson card, please use it. It's a pretty damn good card, and he's probably the best quarterback in the game. So let's get into who I found to be disappointing. Again, I'm going to go over why I think they're disappointing. It could be stats or it could be for other reasons, but let's get right into it. Number 5, Joe Bitonio. Now, the Browns don't need more than one card, and we're going to get into that. He's also probably the worst lineman in the out of all the Team of the Year linemen, I think, in my opinion. It's not a great card. It's pretty good. That awareness is high, but the strength is low in comparison to Gene Upshaw here, for example. The pass block is great. He's a good pass blocking card, but that run block, runs the meta, and the run stats are kind of super low. The run is what's going to win the day for you for the most part if you're playing competitive online. So Bitonio kind of catches a small, tiny L for me. He's probably the, like I said, the worst offensive lineman, but that's kind of hard. All the offensive linemen are pretty good. Plus, I think this should have been Quentin Nelson, especially since they didn't let you do put Quentin Nelson's out of position card into his regular card. Look, I get it. He's not the same left guard, but I should still be able to put Quentin Nelson in there and get a better left guard. But, you know, it is what it is. Bitonio is probably going to be on a lot of Browns theme teams, obviously, as the weekend comes. Next up is Darius Smith. And now, when I heard the name on the feed, on the stream, I was very excited. I said, I have his Darius Smith. I still have his most feared card, and I kept him for a while. I have had him in my lineup for a very long time. I even switched him over to Ravens Chem so I can get some Ravens chemistry going on there. But, you know, when I got him now in this Team of the Year, I don't know what to think. I mean, he's not that great overall. He has Kevin Green, who I have as my current left outside linebacker, who's more of a pass rusher. He has Kevin Green beat and excel speed, tackle. Strength is a little bit lower. Play rec is way higher. Block shedding is going to be low. Obviously, he's not a pass rusher too much, but he has some on power moves, finesse moves, obviously not as high as Kevin Green. I'm probably going to go after him. He's probably going to be one of my main targets just so I can basically upgrade his card and then move Kevin Green as like a backup edge rusher or my backup left outside linebacker who's going to play some rush packages. But I'm just underwhelmed again, you know, and I get it. He's not a pass rusher. He's a coverage guy. I get it. I'm aware. But you know, 70s kind of low for a 96 overall. I mean, we can bump it up to an 80. I'm just disappointed. That's it. I'm not saying it's a bad card. I'm just disappointed. Another card I'm disappointed that we got is Nick Chubb. We've got about 57 running backs since the NFL 100 promo came out. I mean, I'm sick of the running backs at this point. I still need to acquire Saquon Barkley as one of my running backs. I'm kind of hoping he kind of takes the price on Barkley down a little bit, but I don't think so. You know, if this was Derrick Henry, maybe the Barkley would go down a little bit. Even if it was somebody, you know, for some reason they wanted to put Josh Jacobs in there or Mark Ingram, you know, that could have maybe helped Barkley. But this Chubb's probably not going to help much. He has a recent Team of the Year card that's already like a 94, I think, or 93. I'm just kind of disappointed by his speed and his acceleration. His agility is low. His elusiveness is low. His trucking is all right. His carrying is good. Break tackle is good. His catching is a little bit lower, but in comparison to Bo Jackson, you know, he's a little bit higher. But as you can see, comp to a Bo, I'm going to probably keep my Bo Jackson here. Overall, I think I'm going to rock with Bo for a little bit until I get something better or until I get my Barkley upgrade, which probably might not even be higher than Saquon. But I'm just disappointed that we got Chubb. I just didn't like it. It's just and it's not that great of a card either. It's a 96, and some of his stats are below you know, 85. He has like 70 catching. It's just kind of silly, but whatever. Now, Michael Thomas, another card I'm disappointed by just for the simple fact that, God, man, he's slow. And I don't know if he's actually that slow. Like, I don't know what the Madden ratings adjusters see at that can assess the speed, but man, that 90 speed is a killer. He's 6'3", which is awesome. His jumping's kind of low, 91. His catching's good. Catching traffic's good. Spec catch is good. All those catching stats are pretty good. It's just that in comparison to the other receivers we got, he's the worst one, and he probably had the best season out of all of them. Rather disappointing. We couldn't get that speed up to a 92 at least. I mean, come on, throw him a bone. He had probably one of the best seasons of all time from a wide receiver, and you know, they kind of screwed him out of a great card. He should be better than Hopkins. He should be better than Hardman. He should be better than Godwin, and I just don't think he is. And it's unfortunate because, again, he's really good. He's a really good card, and he's a really good player. So I'm disappointed by the card, not by Michael Thomas. Shouts to Michael Thomas. Jason Peters, for the simple fact that, God, can we stop getting Eagles offensive linemen? Can we stop? There's just been so many Eagles offensive linemen already, and I'm just over it. I'm over the Eagles. I'm over the linemen. I'm just over it. Their offensive line is apparently, you know, the best line that's ever existed in the history of football. So whatever. Anyway, let's just get into the card. The card itself is good. 95 strength, 96 awareness. Look at the pass block stats, rush block stats. If I get this card, I won't be mad. I'm just disappointed it's an Eagle. Really. He's probably one of the actually better offensive linemen in the bunch, if not the best. It's just an Eagle, and it's another offensive lineman for an Eagles team. That's going to do it. Like I said, we're just going to kind of work the market here tonight. We're going to work some packs. We got some packs to open. We got some sets to finish. We got some stuff to do. We got some last-minute maintenance before tomorrow morning, just to kind of clean out my book, try to get some cards in-house, trying to get some stuff stacked up so I have cards to complete sets, and I don't have to go out here and be sniping in the auction house or anything like that. So thanks for joining me. Again, we have a like goal in this video, so 15 likes, let's get it up. Let me know in the comments below if you have cards that you're disappointed by, or if I missed somebody that you might be disappointed by. But I appreciate you coming to check me out. Make sure you subscribe to the video. Turn on the notification bell if you feel like it. But then you can come check me out, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, whatever floats your boat. But thanks for joining me once again. My name is Rob. I'll catch you next time. Peace.